Hey everyone, Weekly Reviews here. I apologize, but I'm recovering from tonight's Superstore episode. It was by far the funniest episode they've had so far. So to recap on tonight's episode, it kind of dealt with a lot of the political issues that is going on. Jonah was assigned the gun counter, and he has like a moral thing against guns. He doesn't feel comfortable passing them out to people, but Amy is making him work the gun counter, and he really doesn't want to. And if he has a moral thing against it, I don't see why he's being forced to sell guns to people. But he asked Amy if he had the right to refuse service to anyone, and Amy said he could if he felt they were a danger to everyone. And this one guy who came in said, "Oh, we're here to buy a gun," and there's nobody there. And he kind of looked like he could be a bit mentally unstable. So, in that situation, you don't want to give anybody a gun. And then Jonah had somebody come in who just got laid off from his job, and he refused that person a gun. So that had the whole NRA come in and do an open protest. And if I was working at Cloud9, had people with all his guns in, I would be scared out of my mind. I mean, oh my god, they handle themselves pretty well. And Amy is having the shittiest day ever. All she wants to do is go home and watch Freddie Prinze Jr. and have some French bread pizza. Don't we all? But her husband, who's known to be irresponsible, is going out of town, so Amy has to take her daughter to a Girl Scout camping trip instead of her dad. So Amy is a bit bummed. She has to deal with Jonah at work, and then she has to clean up throw up in the aisle, which, nobody ever wants to clean up throw up. And then a bird pooped on her hair. So quite literally, Amy's having the shittiest day ever. And Jonah apologizes to Amy because he feels sorry for her, not because she's right. And Amy kind of got up in front of everyone and was telling everyone to act like adults, like Jonah to just listen to his boss, and the NRA guy to, if you have a problem, then say something. Don't use a gun as a mean to scare people. So, that's pretty much it with Amy and Jonah. With Glenn, he is also very surprised to know that Cloud9 sells the morning after pill. And he's we've seen in the past that he could be overly religious sometimes. And he kind of has a moral thing about the morning after pill too, and he doesn't want it selling at the store. So he tries to talk this couple who had unprotected sex out of getting the morning after pill, but he can't work his phone. So he actually buys all the morning after pills in the store, but after he finds out how much it costs, he tries to return them, but the pharmacist says that it's illegal too because he could have tampered with it. So you see Glenn trying to sell pills to people throughout the store. So yeah, that was interesting. And the pharmacist said that he buys them all the time because he goes to Daytona and all that. And I don't know, the pharmacist to me seemed like a pothead to me because he just seemed all spacey in the way he was talking. I don't know. But, there's also a lever issue in the store, and I'm glad this was definitely a Garrett-centric episode. And look, Colton, I remembered Garrett's name. But, he apparently is afraid of birds, and Garrett, you are not alone because I'm afraid of birds. And a crow was in the store, and they're trying to figure out how to get it to escape. And Garrett, Mateo, and Dina were kind of teaming up, and it was a good thing they're using Dina because, she has pet birds at home. And Mateo and Dina were going to try to grab it, but Mateo was a bit confused as to how fast he had to run. And while they're arguing, the bird actually flew away. And Dina actually came up with what I thought was a smart idea at the time. She threw bird feed down on the ground so it would lure the bird out. Well, here it backfired and more crows flew in the store, so now they have to get all the other crows out. So Garrett is so scared of birds that he actually at one point hides in a tent. I'm like, oh my god, there's gonna be a bird in there somewhere, and he's gonna be stuck. And when he closes the tent, a bird's flying around, and you could hear him say, "Oh!" Like, F this, F that. It was so funny. And then when he's eating his lunch, a bird just flies there, and Garrett's talking about the white people things that Jonah says, because I guess he has like a, he said he has like a whole list of them in his notes. And Dina was actually able to scoop up the bird in a Cloud9 bag. And she asked Mateo to take care of it. And he's like, you sure? All right. I'm like, what is he going to do? And Garrett was telling Dina how impressed he was that she was able to handle the bird in a humane way. But then in the background, you see Mateo, like, throwing the bird on the ground in the bag. I'm like, oh my god, Mateo, no, no, no. Oh my god, I felt so bad. I mean, I love Mateo, but I couldn't stomach watching that. And then when Dina goes to let the bird free, she says, oh my god, it's a bag of blood, it's a bag of blood. So, yeah, tonight's episode was definitely funny. I have to give credit to the writers of Superstore and the actors. You guys do an amazing job. I really love the show. I recommend it to people all the time. If you guys want to catch Superstore, it is on Thursdays, 8 p.m. on NBC. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Superstore, and I hope you guys enjoyed my Superstore recap. And until next time, stay regal and have a heavenly day.